Alright, so you've got one of those shiny M-series MacBooks, and you're thinking about running Asahi Linux. But here's the big question. Does switching to Asahi Linux actually change how much power your MacBook uses? Let's get right to it. Apple's M1, M2, and M3 chips are famous for their crazy efficiency on macOS. The battery seems to last forever, even if you're binge-watching, editing videos, or just typing up assignments. But what happens when you boot into Asahi Linux? Short answer, yes, there's a difference in power consumption. And it's not in Linux's favor, at least, not yet. Here's why. macOS is designed from the ground up to squeeze every drop of efficiency out of Apple's hardware. It knows all the tricks, the secret handshakes with the chip, the clever background processes, the way to put components to sleep when you're not using them. In other words, it's like Apple's got the cheat codes. Asahi Linux, on the other hand, is this super cool community project. The team is making incredible progress, but they're working without Apple's secret manual. So, things like super efficient sleep mode, display brightness control, and even fine-tuned hardware acceleration might not work as perfectly as they do on macOS, at least for now. This means your MacBook running Asahi Linux will probably use more power, especially if you're doing stuff like watching videos, gaming, or just letting it sleep overnight. You might notice your battery drains a little faster, and the machine could run a bit warmer. But here's the exciting part. Asahi Linux is getting better every month. Developers are rolling out updates all the time, fine-tuning how the system talks to Apple's silicon. Already, things like Wi-Fi and USB are smooth, and battery life is slowly catching up. So, if you're jumping to Asahi Linux today, just be aware, the experience is pretty great, but you might see your battery life drop by about 10 to 25% compared to macOS, depending on what you're doing. It's not a deal breaker for most folks, especially if you love open source or need Linux for work or school, but it's something to keep in mind. To wrap up, if battery life is your absolute top priority, macOS still has the edge. But if you're excited about exploring Linux on Apple Silicon, Asahi Linux is absolutely worth checking out. Just make sure to keep your charger handy, at least for now. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into tech.